All right, we got chest day today, and before we get in there, I was thinking about something. I want to go over the main reason you may be running into plateaus, and more likely than not, because this is something I ran into, and I plateaued for a year straight. If your main objective going to the gym is to just get another rep or same amount of reps and maybe another 2.5 pound plate each time you go to the gym with the same exact exercises each time and same amount of sets, you are setting yourself up to plateau and then go in this spiral of trying to figure out what is wrong. Either like trying to figure out if your training is wrong, if your split is wrong, if you need deload. I mean, so many other things you can think of, like what may be the problem, but in reality, it's because of the way that you're tracking. So, I will say that is usually the number one reason why you may hit a plateau is because of that. Trying to go in, squeeze that extra rep. So let me break it down a little more just so it makes sense, because it kind of seems the opposite way you think. When you think if you progress more, always pushing more, kind of. Usually what happens when you're trying to track that one extra rep or the extra half 2.5 pound plate is one, you will speed up your set super quick. Maybe not control it as much. Maybe like the set was only half the amount of time just because you're trying to crank through to get that one extra rep. And you may mentally think that's great because you got an extra rep. But in reality, you really didn't. But honestly, the only box you checked that day was just the mental side of it, thinking you're getting better. But I think we'd all agree we'd much rather have the actually getting better than just thinking we're getting better. So that's part of it. Another part of it is you can actually continuously go up in... Sorry, I'm trying to turn right. That's why I'm looking away from you guys. You can continuously go up in strength, but look the same. You ever know someone that's like freakishly strong, but they don't look strong? Because it's possible. You can look the same, have a similar amount of muscle mass, and sorry, I'll stop talking into the window now. Similar amount of muscle mass and gain strength. So if your goal is to look bigger and get bigger, your only way of tracking your progress to getting bigger shouldn't just be like a number on the reps or the amount of weight. Because that's only like one of like many ways you should be tracking your progress. So that's what I used to do. Is I would just think I'd be eating more, or I would force feed myself, because I thought if you force fed yourself, you have to be growing. And then I would just always write down my reps, try to get one more here and there. Yes, don't get me wrong, it can make some progress, but only in the short term. And usually after doing that for a couple months, it almost guarantees a plateau, and then it's like trial and error from there, trying to figure out the shit of like, well, what's going on? How do I fix this? Then you may think you fixed it, and then the week after you're back to plateauing, so it's like a whole ordeal. Well, how do you track your progress then if not measuring your reps? Don't get me wrong, if you want to measure your reps, go for it, but don't make that the reason why you think you're progressing or not progressing. Part of it is, if you want to get bigger, I'll start with the first thing. What's the one fundamental thing that we know objectively we're getting bigger? As in, it is fact. It's our weight, how much we weigh. Not weighing yourself after the gym, though, because that's going to fluctuate like crazy. If you chug a gallon of water when you work out, and right after your workout you weigh yourself, it's not actually your weight. I'll see with the amount of food you ate. The amount of fluctuation in how much you weigh is so much that you can't actually tell how much you weigh. So you have to weigh yourself in the morning. If you don't have a scale, $12 I think from Walmart. easy enough. It's half the price of like a tub of pre-workout. And you weigh yourself in the morning once a week, yeah. The more the better. But if you're tracking your weight from one week to another week of how much do you weigh, and you see you're gaining a pound week to week, a couple pounds a week to week, you know for a fact you are gaining and you're getting bigger. And I think the biggest part people usually miss out on that is weighing themselves after a workout. One, because it's easy enough. I mean, most gyms usually have a scale in the locker room, but it's not going to get you to what you want. You know what I mean? So that would be the number one thing. And the calories, of course, eating in a surplus, finding your maintenance, eating above your maintenance. And if your weight's leveled off week to week, you by definition are not eating above your maintenance, so you need to up your calories a little more. And then the other part is the mirror test. Literally taking progress pictures of yourself weekly. And we all know you're not going to see much of a difference in 1 week, maybe not even 2. But over a month, I can absolutely tell you, if you are progressing week to week, weight-wise, like body weight-wise, you will see changes in the mirror over the month, which is important because we want numerous ways of tracking our progress because we know that we are actually plateauing or not actually plateauing. Just from the rep on the program that day, of how many reps we got, does not tell us everything we need to know. Usually comes down to either ignorance of maybe just didn't know that these other aspects are in play, or I guess just laziness. You don't feel like tracking your food. You don't feel like taking a picture of yourself once a week. Maybe it feels uncomfortable, but the whole part of getting to a goal you want to reach is that it's uncomfortable. So achieving something worthwhile and it being super easy is that's like a paradox. Not a paradox. Maybe it's a paradox? Anyways, it's something that's not possible. Can't happen. Nothing worth achieving is easy. It's two opposites of each other. I don't know what analogy else I can give. I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. You can't have the one and the other. If you want something worthwhile, it's not going to be easy. If something's easy, it's probably not worthwhile. So yeah, I mean, maybe that's what you need to hear to reach what goal you're trying to hit in the gym or anything outside of the gym. So I think those were like the couple main points about tracking I wanted to hit. Yeah, I think so. And when you're cutting, I mean, it's just the opposite on the scale wise. And then your goal is honestly just to hit the same weight you were doing peak bulk and not trying to like push even further. Well, why? Part of that's because you're not going to be gaining muscle when you're cutting. If you are, it's such a negligible amount that you could be screwing yourself on just holding the muscle you have by trying to push it even more weight than you were already doing peak bulk. Because you got to do one goal at a time. You're trying to lose fat, you're trying to maintain the muscle you have. You're not trying to put on more. Otherwise, you're gonna screw up the fat loss part of it. Same with when you're gaining. If you're trying to what was I saying? If you're gaining and you're trying to stay lean while gaining, and you think it's from like I don't know, maybe doing higher reps or something, some random myth, you're gonna get to where you want to be. So you gotta pick one, go with it, and it's part of the never-ending cycle of getting better in the gym. There's no end goal. You just keep going until I don't know, you're too old to keep going. Then you move on to something else like marathon running. Probably what I'm gonna do. All right, we're here. Chest, a little bit of shoulder try at the end. A pec fly, 2 different pressing movements. Shoulder press with the lateral raise, and then a couple tricep movements. Abs, pose, get out of there. Probably make a couple supersets. Speed up the workout a little bit, so I'm not in there for hours. So, all right, I'll see you guys in there. All right, let's get this going. Oh shit. Drop it just a little bit. Just the fact that I'm starting out the entire day. I feel like PRing on pec fly, dude. I feel like that's the last thing you want to try and PR on. Okay. Okay.
Just throw it around, pass out. Seat's hot as hell.
That's old school, man.
For sure, bro.
That's kind of how this is.
Seat belts, it's just like that. The seat belts.
I feel like the newer car that got like a little grit to the texture. That's hard to sweat.
They got like black on the outside.
Nice. That's why I love new cars.
But them are silver on the outside.
So, Kelly's gone to Ava had a rental. She didn't have to choose 2025.
Yeah. Come along with it.
No, it ain't hers. It was a rental. Or not like a loaner. Trying to blame me for her car. They've been in there 2 times, 2 or 3 times. Now like something in their back. It's like twice. Nah, it's all beef.
Okay.
Just that one time, a long time. You know what? I'm gonna grab a light dumbbell. I'm gonna do a little.
Oh shit.
All right. Give me 1 second. I know I didn't talk, I don't think at all the entire lift, but I don't know, just today I mentally wasn't feeling right, and I kind of just wanted to take it out at the gym. And I guess that was kind of what it realistically looks like when I work out. Like the most down-to-earth, realistic lift without talking to the camera was that. And I will say, some of those sets, just like taking it out, my frustration from stuff going on, it sure as hell helps a lot with pushing harder on sets, any aspect of life. If you look back when I was doing like the flat machine press before I hit shoulders, like that last set I did, maybe you can tell just by my facial expression, I was just thinking about everything that was frustrating me. And I took it out on the weight, and I got like 4 extra reps beyond when I would have just given up, because I thought about just what was pissing me off and what was making me upset, and I let that fuel my set and fuel getting more out of the workout. And I think that goes beyond just working out. Whatever's pissing you off, whether it's a girlfriend breaks up with you, parents are frustrating you, you just failed an exam, anything that's going on, anything in your life that gets you pissed off, gets you frustrated, whatever gets you mentally in that state of anger, having the ability to flip that switch and put yourself back in that exact mental state towards whatever you're trying to reach, in my opinion, is a superpower. To be able to put yourself back in that mentally pissed off state, you can get anything you want done in life, no matter what it is. So, whatever event that was that caused you to get to the point of either feeling like at your lowest, frustrated, angry, upset, whatever it may be, felt worthless, whatever caused you to get to that point, yes, getting over it, but also not letting go to that feeling you experienced, because that is a gift. It is a gift to go to that lowest point, because being able to remind yourself and put yourself back in that mental state, it gives you the power to get through whatever the fuck you want in life. And that goes way beyond just getting a few more reps on a set. That's a bit shallow. I'm talking about any aspect of your life that you're truly trying to pursue. That mental state is what gets you there and nothing else. I thought I'd share that because that's what used to fuel my workouts every day. Not anymore. Maybe a day like today I wasn't feeling right, but I used to work out like that. Just going to the gym was just the extra, be able to put myself back into that mental state of being completely pissed off. Yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because I feel like people usually look at it differently, as in like it's a bad thing, like, oh, poor me. I view it completely as, thank God I've gone through some hard shit in my life, because 1, it builds you as a person, and 2, I can put myself back in that mental state of being down, angry, not feeling, just the feeling of uncomfortableness, and being able to flip that switch and put it towards whatever I want in life is truly a gift. I don't know how I'd ever be able to get to where I'm at right now without being able to flip that switch mentally and be back in that upset state. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess wasn't expecting to turn this car talk after my workout into some philosophical speech, but I thought that was definitely something that at least I would like to hear a few years ago. Because I will say, I'll first tell a little bit about my story for whenever I get like facing adversity, anything that's just brings pain, whatever, suffering, whatever word you want to put on it, that just doesn't make you feel good. Sure, letting it out, expressing feeling upset or whatever it may be, but just at the end of whatever event happened, I still say thank you to him, because I don't believe I'd be able to become the person I want to become without going through a lot of shit. I don't think I'd be able to become an exceptional person if I didn't go through an exceptional amount of pain. Because I think you need both ends. If you want the exceptional amount of the good, you need the exceptional amount of the bad. And I'm talking more outside the gym right now at this point, just for like my career, making content for you guys, the business side of things, making money, who I am as a person. If you want to be exceptional, you're going to have to go through an exceptional amount of pain as well. And that's okay. It's not something to be scared about. That is okay. Quite honestly, I'd rather experience that than go through a life of being stagnant. No change at all. Same thing every day. Because I feel like that would just make you feel pain as well. I feel like pain's just inevitable. But at least voluntary, self-inflicted pain, pursuing something bigger, at least has the chance of a payoff at the end. So that's the way I look at it. Yeah. I guess it's not often I give a card talk about life rather than just what I was doing in the gym. But I don't know. I feel like those are pretty important things, especially for if you're near my age, a little younger than me, a little older than me, either way, somewhere relatively near my age. Something nice to hear, because I'd say if you have never gone through, I think that Jordan Peterson said this. No, he said you're lucky if you've never, no, maybe he did say unlucky. Maybe I'm not quoting him, maybe this is me, I'm not sure. Anyways, I think he said, like, if you haven't gone through any trauma or any totally negative event and you're already in your 20s, you are unbelievably unlucky. You'd think you'd be lucky you did not go through any pain, but you are very unlucky, because those are the only things that form you as a person. And you should hope that you have adversity in your life, because without it, you will not be who you want to be, even close. You have to go through hard times, and you have to go through shit. And if you truly want to be something great, you have to go through fucking hell. That's the only way you will be shaped and molded into the person that you need to be. So, yeah, can't say I'm there yet, but I do after I get upset about whatever position I'm in, I do say thank you and I'm grateful for it. So yeah. Yeah, well, lift was the usual chest day you guys been seeing. Slight adjustments with it. I kind of went heavier and weight on a few things just because I wanted to take it out on the weights, and I feel like just some heavier weight makes it a little more enjoyable taking it out. The frustration. Who the hell is that one little character from Rick and Morty? I don't know. He looks like yellow stick kind of. He's not a stick, but he's a tiny yellow guy. He's like nothing takes the your mind off of. I don't know. I'm butchering the hell out of this. Nothing takes mind off the pain with getting yourself under a 315-pound bar or squatting 3 plates or something. That was awful of me trying to paraphrase it, but you know what I'm talking about. You've never seen that clip before. If you've ever seen that clip before, nothing takes your mind off of getting yourself under a 300-pound squat, something like that. So, yep. I don't know what episode is this? I think 41. I told myself before I make any changes with what I'm doing, I have to get to 100. And there's like no exception to that. I'm not missing a workout because I've been doing this for 3 years now, on and off for 3 years. I'll do it for a couple months, off for a couple months, back on a couple months. And I've never truly given it like enough time to actually say I was consistent. So that's the promise to myself for this content wise, is I have to get to 100 episodes of this off season. Even if it's not, even if I start a cut in the middle of this series, I'm still gonna keep the same number of episodes, so it still gets to 100. So yeah, that is the goal, and I will for sure hit it. But yeah, I gotta stop at Walmart on my way home now. The usual stuff that I get, all Whole Foods. Walmart's the cheapest that I can get it from. You know, I actually got like a Costco membership before. And, sorry, I just completely cut this guy off, but, one, the food was more expensive, which I thought the whole point of buying in bulk was supposed to be cheaper. And two, the day I got my membership, for some reason they refunded it and canceled my membership like a week later, after just buying it. So I was like, all right, well, that's convenient enough. I don't feel obligated to pay more money than I am for the same food, when I thought this was supposed to be cheaper. And I got a refund. I don't know why the hell they did that, but I guess the lady probably put it in wrong. She was trying to sign me up. But dude, Walmart's like the go-to for sure. People hate on it because they think it's like, oh, it's ghetto, it's bad food, whatever. It's all the same shit. I'm telling you, it's all the same shit. You're paying more just for the experience being in like a Publix or a Wegmans or Kroger or Sam's Club, whatever grocery store is near you. If it's a little nicer in there, you're really just paying more for the experience. It all comes from a farm. You're good. I don't know. I feel like I just want to keep this conversation going just because I didn't say shit during my lift, because I just really wanted to take it out on the weights. Do I take you guys grocery shopping? I feel like if I bought some interesting things grocery shopping, then like you'd want to see it. But I feel like it'd be pretty underwhelming to watch me get chicken, rice, ground turkey, bananas, apples, pineapple, greens, and some yogurt and eggs and egg whites and rice. I feel like that'd be a bit underwhelming for a video. Quite honestly. Like, that was basically my grocery list I'm going to get. Like, if I bought some, like, outrageous shit and was like, yeah, this is, like, how you get big, then, I feel like it'd be a bit more entertaining, but, yeah, I mean, that's it. I guess I can point out something I do get is, like, sauces for the food I eat, because if you don't, especially on a bulk, once you get to like being full, if you don't add sauces or different flavorings to the food you eat, it is going to be miserable, and you're not going to, way less likely to stick to your diet, and two, it's going to be so much more difficult to get the food down, because once you get to the point where you're full and you do not want to eat anymore, you stop producing saliva. And especially when the food is decently dry without sauce, like chicken or rice, having the sauce at least gives some type of like liquid to it, to where you can still get the food down without having to wash down water. Because I've been there. So it makes it a little bit better. So, what do I get? Some type of green sauce. I don't think I want to get that this time. Some type of sriracha. Maybe like a chipotle one. But that's practically the only thing that I really get that's different. Maybe not different, but interesting about what I buy. They're all either 0 calorie or low calorie. So like if the sauce is like 5 calories, that's fine. 0's fine. 10's fine. Honestly, if it's like 20-ish, I don't get ones that are like 20 because usually when it's like that, the amount of a serving size is like so small that it's like you actually don't even taste it in the food in the first place unless if you add like 5 servings. So it's either you're adding 100 calories of sauce to make it taste good, or you're adding 20 calories of tasting nothing, which, why would you want to add that if you don't taste it? So, yeah. All right, well, what do you think? Call it there? Tomorrow we got biceps, a little bit of back. Day after that's hamstrings, rest day, shoulders, then back, then quads, rest day, then we're back to here. So, appreciate y'all watching. Yeah, I guess a little different episode than the norm, but made it this far. Thank you. Peace.